Well, that's a nice way to start off the 9-game road trip. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies video cast recapping last night's game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Washington Nationals as the Phillies defeat the Nationals by the final score of 7-4 as Bryce Harper just continues to murder his former team. Now, guys, if you're in this video, please subscribe if you haven't done yet. Please notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. I was there to cheer on the Phillies last night at Nationals Park, right? I was in D.C. With the Fandemic crew, and boy, oh boy, that was a fun game to go to, right? You know, Bryce Harper launched a home run against his former squad. That was a no-doubter, and let me just say, Nationals Park, a beautiful ballpark, right? My first time ever being there, my first road game pretty much ever, right? I've been to a couple of road games in spring training, but that doesn't really count. But it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So you can add that to the list of ballparks that I've been to. So it was really cool to be down there at CBP South at Nationals Park, right? It was a pretty cool experience, a beautiful ballpark, and I really enjoyed my time there. So I would definitely give that a thumbs up, right? A thumbs up, right? Not a thumbs down, a thumbs up. As we take up the scoring, 7 to top of the first inning, Bryce Harper, the former National, he almost only fly ball to right field, a towering shot. I thought the ball, for some reason, I was sitting out left field. I thought the ball was going to go foul. I couldn't really see the ball, so I guess that's why. And there's really nobody there, so I wasn't really sure. And it just carried out, and you could hear the boos. And Bryce Harper's 26th home run of the season, a 2-run shot, also scores Herrera. And it's 2-0 Philadelphia in the first, right? So when you score first, what do? You put the pressure on the other team. And that's what the Phillies did in this game. That's what Bryce Harper did in this game, right? So he just continues to just kill the Nationals. His 7th home run this season against Washington and his 12th overall, right? He hit 24 against the Phils from 2012 to 2018. And from 2019 to 2021 so far, he has 12. So that is just crazy, right? So he's cutting that in half, right? He's canceling out. He's halfway to canceling it out, right? The home runs he did against the Phils, right? So he's doing his job, right? He's canceling out the homers he did against the Phils. Then in the same inning, Freddie Galvis grounds into a force out as they were only able to get one on the play. Brad Miller at second, and Freddie Galvis is able to get to first base safely as Andrew McCutcheon was able to come around to score as the Phillies now lead at 3-0. So a 3-0 first inning lead for Zach Wheeler, right, who has not been very good recently, right? We'll get into this a little bit. And then in the second inning, Lane Thomas singles on a fly ball to left field, a little dunker in there. And Carter Kieboom comes around to score, and the Nationals get on the board now, a 3-1 ball game. So this point of the ball game, Zach Wheeler, he just wasn't locating well at all. I mean, he was just not locating well at all, and he was walking a lot of guys, falling behind. And you saw that right there. I mean, some weak contact. I'll admit that. I mean, some of it was just bad luck. You saw that ball. Lane Thomas did not hit hard at all. So it's now a 3-1 ball game. Then Adrian Sanchez grounds out to shortstop, and they were able to get Lane Thomas at second. And originally, Adrian Sanchez was called out at first, and the Nationals challenged it, and the call was overturned. He was saved. That was a bad call. Luis Garcia comes around to score on that since he was at third, and all of a sudden it's now a 3-2 ball game. So he let the Nationals come back in this game. That was something I was not happy about, right? Zach Wheeler, like I said, it just wasn't really his best night. It just was not. I mean, again, I understand, yes, well, I mean, it wasn't the worst I've ever seen him. He wasn't locating well, but, in fairness, I mean, this was some weak contact, right? Like I talked about. The Lane Thomas, dunk single that went into left field. This was close to being a double play. So you have to keep that in mind as well. Then we pick it up top of the third inning. Ronald Torreyes triples on a fly ball to deep left field. Boy, oh boy, did that ball carry. I did not think that ball was going to go out. At the very end, I thought I had a chance of going out. His first triple of the season, he thought about an inside the park grand slam. Would have been the first Philly to hit an inside the park grand slam since Aaron Altair in September of 2015, right, against the Nationals. Michael Taylor totally misplayed that ball. And that scores Bryce, Brad Miller, and Freddie Galvis. And the Phillies now lead it 6-2. So a bases clearing trouble for Ronald Torreyes. The whole Fandemic crew was going crazy, right? We were cheering out there in left field. A really exciting moment right there. Then we picked up bottom of the third inning. Carter Kieboom homers on a fly ball to left center field. His 5th of the season. And it's now a 5-3 ball game. So the Nationals get a little closer now, right? They get one of those runs right back. I mean, like I talked about, Zach Wheeler letting the Nationals come back in the game again, right? I mean, it's just like that was really frustrating. I was walking around the ballpark during that and heard the little home run horn for the Nationals, the home run horn for the Nationals. And it's now a 5-3 ball game. So 5th win of the year for Keebum. And then we pick it up. Top of the 5th inning, Brad Miller getting out the bamboo plant right now as he homers on a fly ball to right center field. His 14th of the season. And it's now a 7-3 ball game. So the Phillies get one of those runs right back, right? They get that run right back in the top of the 5th inning. Brad Miller hopefully starting to get hot right now. 14 home runs. Now we pick it up bottom of the 5th inning. A wild pitch by Zach Wheeler. After Juan Soto doubled. Eventually moves him over the 3rd, and then he scores on a wild pitch, and it's now a 7-4 ball game. That'd be your final. 7-4, your final scores. The Phillies win the first game of this 3-game series and the first game in the 9-game road trip. Dewar moves from center to left field and then back to center again, which was kind of weird. He collects 2 hits at the leadoff spot, also drawing a walk. Had a pretty good night, scored on the Bryce Harper home run. Gene scored a rough night last night, 0 for 5. That was pretty disappointing, right? And one thing about Gene, he puts the ball in play. He's not the kind of guy that's going to strike out a lot. He's going to put the ball in play. When you put the ball in play, good things can happen, right? Good things can happen. Bryce Harper just continues to just hurt his former team, right? He just love to see this. Collecting 2 hits, that infield single. I mean, honestly, he probably should have been 4 for 5. I mean, the one at bat he struck out on, that was a pretty bad at bat. But the ball he lined to center, and then the ball he hit sharply to the right side into the shift, which is so good for baseball. He had a pretty productive night last night. MVP, now batting 302 on the year. OPS continues to stay over that 1,000 mark. And Andrew McCutchen root from the game early, but he was able to score one of the Phillies' runs, right? Also drawing that walk. Brad Miller on base every time last night, right? Every plate appearance he got on base, collecting 3 hits, also drawing 2 walks. With that homer. Good job out of Brad Miller, right? I was very, very impressed with what he was able to do last night. Just keep up the good work, Brad. I mean, I think he's starting to get hot. You start to see that. He goes through these stretches where he gets hot. And right now, I think we're experiencing that. And Freddie Gavis gets his short at short, right? I mean, we're a little bit short right now in the infield. But Eugene Gori's not being available. So Freddie Gavis is seeing some playing time. He was credited with that RBI on the fielder's choice. So he was credited with that RBI. And Ron Torres, a good night last night with that bases clearing triple. You just love to see that. The big toe coming up big right there. And Rafael Marchand gets to start behind home plate last night. JT day-to-day after rolling his ankle during an at-bat. We talked about that on Sunday. So he does not get to start last night. And Rafael Marchand getting to start back there. Talking about this before, he needs to develop the relationship with the pitchers, right? I want that. I think he's going to make a good bid for the backup catcher. So Rafael Marchand, keep up the good work, my friend. Then take a look at Zach Wheeler start. 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, all 4 earned, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Now, one thing that's very, glaring here is the 4 walks, right? I mean, it just goes to show you, he wasn't locating, right? Wasn't locating. He only allowed 5 hits, but the 4 walks, he wasn't locating. Only 4 strikeouts for Zach Wheeler. I mean, that's unheard of. ERA now climbs above the 2 mark. Now sits at 3.01. So, he's definitely been bad. I mean, he's definitely been bad. He does get the win now, 11-9 a year. But man, he's just starting to get fatigued. I mean, he's just starting to get fatigued. He's thrown 182 and 2/3 innings this year. I mean, it's just amazing. And he did reach the 1,000 mark innings for his career, right? It's just crazy. You take a look at his last 7 starts. He is a 4.68 ERA, which is pretty bad. So he needs to clean that up a little bit. And it's not absolutely, treacherous, but I tell you what, he's starting to, act like Aaron Nola now, right? So hopefully he can, settle down a little bit. I just think he's just starting to get tired. I think he's just starting to really get fatigued. And this time of year, right, we're nearing September. Today's August the 31st. We're 1 day away from September 1st. And Connor Brogdon looked pretty good coming to Phillies bullpen last night, ending in the 3rd. He looked very, very solid. And Archie Bradley came in and he was able to get the job done after a really, really rough performance on Sunday. He was able to get the job done last night. So very, very good job. And Jose Alvarado, kind of a scary bottom thing there. I mean, when is it not scary with this guy? He was able to get out of it. Thank God, right? He was able to get out of it. As the Phillies win 7-4. So nice job right there. I mean, you have to keep in mind, on a 4-game winning streak, but this is the kind of teams that we should be beating. Now, I'm not trying to call out anybody. I'm not trying to, shame anybody, but people are like, Phil's on a 4-game winning streak here. let's keep in mind who they're playing. I mean, I'm not trying to be the devil's advocate. I'm not trying to be the Grim Reaper. I'm not trying to be negative Nelly, but all I'm trying to do is just be objective and say what opponents are the Phillies facing. They're facing a team like the Arizona Diamondbacks, who it was just terrible, right? I mean, they went 3 out of 4 against them. Now they're facing a team that totally blew it up at the All-Star break, traded their ace, traded their all-star shortstop and MVP candidate in Trey Turner, traded a guy who went off for literally 3 weeks, and it'll run like every at-bat. I mean, they're crazy, right? I mean, this guy was going crazy. Kyle Schwarber. I mean, this is a team that just totally blew it up, right? And the only thing really worth watching on that team in my eyes is Juan Soto. This is a bad Nationals team. This is a bad Nationals team. I mean, really, really bad. So you have to keep that in mind. Let's keep things in perspective. I hate to damper a win. I hope I'm not dampering a win. All I'm trying to do is just bring up an objective point of view. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to bring up an objective point of view. Let's keep in mind who the Phillies are facing. I'm just trying to temper my expectations because every time, I'm kind of like out on this team, they come back and surprise me, right? Here's an interesting stat from Matt Gallup. The Phillies have scored at least 7 runs in 5 consecutive games, their longest such streak since 1980 when we won the World Series. So it's been 41 years since we have scored at least 7 runs in 5 consecutive games. So the offense is hot, right? The offense for this Phillies team is very, very inconsistent. We all know that. So when it gets hot, it gets hot. When it's bad, it's really bad. So right now it's in a hot streak. Bryce Harper is, back at his MVP level again, for a couple weeks there. You call it like a slump. He was still getting on base a lot. But Bryce Harper, he needs to win MVP. I mean, this guy, if he could keep this up, over the months of September, now first in OPS, he just continues to just be elite. Just be elite. They're still finding a way to hit on. Not Phillies fans, but, some MLB fans, they're still finding something to complain about with him. He could go up there, I was thinking this last night, he can go up there, have a season where he hits a home run every at-bat, and then they would still say, oh, he didn't hit it far enough. Honestly, it just people still would have something to say about it. So, it's just like, boy, oh boy, they're always going to complain about something. But he's having an elite season. There's no question about that. So go take a look at some of the standings, right? The Phillies now 3.5 back from the first place spot in the NL East after the Braves lost to Los Angeles Dodgers last night in L.A. And the Mets riding a 2-game winning streak. You hear about the thumbs up, like Francisco Lindor and Javier Baez. Is that something you do in high school? Is that something you do in junior high? Doing the thumbs down to the fans? What in the world is that all about? Because we're going to get boots and we're going to give it back to you and we do something right. Is that the most petty thing you've ever heard? That's something you do in high school. That's something you do in junior high. That's something that you don't do at a professional level. That's not how adults act. That's not how adults act. Now, can you imagine? Let's imagine Rhys Hoskins, Bryce Harper, J2. Would you ever see them doing something like that? No, you would not. That is just the most Met thing that I think I've ever heard. That is so immature and petty, I can't even see straight. That is just the silliest thing. We're going to give them a thumbs down because when we do bad, they boo us. So when we do good, we're going to boo them. Who says something like that? That just makes them look like fools. It makes them look like fools. So I had to go off on that. That is just, if I was a Met fan, I'd be going off. And my buddy Hayden made a live stream yesterday going off at those guys. He should have. So I totally agree. The Mets are currently riding a 2-game winning streak. Who cares? They're done. They are done. 7 games back from first place. And the Washington Nationals, 15 back. And the Miami Marlins 15.5 back. So I think it's safe to say they ain't going to be seeing October base. I'm not going to say the Phillies will be, but who knows? 3.5 back. You're going to take a look at some of the wild card standings. The Phils are 3 games back from the second wild card spot. The Padres just continue just to fall off. They did win last night, but they're only 8 games above 500. So guys, if you're interested to watch this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please don't forget about. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section at Phillies at Instagram. Check out Instagram. Call or text 267-225-3392. Email me. PhilliesHandsOf@gmail.com. So 7-5, the first pitch tonight. Matt Moore 2-4 with a 6.12 ERA going against Patrick Corbin 7-13 with a 6.09 ERA. This guy has been awful. So guys, thanks for watching. I am Luke and I'll talk to you later. Let's go Phils. I'll see you guys.